Welcome to the first of the 10 lessons on the new paradigm in psychosomatics. This course wants to introduce all the main scientific advancement in the world of psychosomatic health. We will show you in the next lessons, starting from the first one, all the radical change in the main field. We will start with quantum physics, and then biology and evolution, neuroscience, medicine, psychology, psychosomatics, sociology, and we will end with education. This course is designed to present those fundamental knowledge, but is just a first course, an introductory course, because each of the information we give to you can really be learned in a much deeper way. Some of the information we will give in the next lessons about medicine, psychology, psychosomatics are coming from our wide clinical experience. In this center we saw more than 30,000 people who have attended our course and therapies. We start this new paradigm in psychosomatics in 1988. This is the first number of the Cyber Brain Mind Consciousness magazine. And in the 90s we did the first conference on the new paradigm in consciousness and psychosomatic. So let's say something about the paradigm. The paradigm is a model of a human being and of existence. It's a model that can give you a specific vision of reality. So if we can change paradigm, we can change our vision of ourselves and everything else in the world. And a paradigm can be very ideological, very based on something that exists or doesn't exist. Let's talk about the dichotomy paradigm, the paradigm of division. Usually we say in philosophy of science that Descartes is considered the father of the dichotomy between matter and spirit. He called it res cogitans and res extensa. And in reality, the history was quite different, because Descartes had a very holistic vision, a very unitary vision. He wrote this book, The World, in which he was trying to figure out an evolution, all the dimensions from physics, biology, medicine, psychology, ending with spiritual and the soul and the spiritual dimension of human being. But when he learned in the 1633 that the church has forced Galileo to deny his scientific discovery, Descartes said, well, it's not the time to present to the church something, a unity, because then they will interfere with scientific research. So he decided, let's divide and give the church the monopoly of the spirit, the spiritual realm, and let's give this to science the possibility to research on matter that have no consciousness, so the church cannot interfere. And this was exactly a good strategy, but after many centuries, the science developed as a material, reductionist, and mechanicistic science, a science without consciousness. We have to wait to have a very new paradigm. The beginning of the new paradigm is the holism. In the middle, in the 1926, a South African philosopher, Jan Smoot, wrote the book Holism and Evolution. And he was proposing a holistic vision. Holistic means holistic from the Greek holos, all, the whole, the wholeness of thing, because he was saying that living beings basically are an undivided unity, something that cannot be break. So the beginning of the holism, of the new paradigm, is that a living system cannot be taken apart, otherwise he died. So that the entire, the holos, is much most precious than the sum of his parts. From that, we will see the system theory have created an incredible vision of the world. In this picture, we can see the evidence of the division between consciousness and matter. This is representing, in a way, the dichotomous paradigm. And if we want to get to transcend this division and to see the wholeness of our psychosomatic reality and of the world, then we have to do a deep change in understanding. In this way, the unitary paradigm sees consciousness as information. So everything concerns information, concerns a meaning. And we see matter as energy, because there is not something like matter. Matter is done by atomic particles that are made out of energy, actually by informed energy. Everything is an informed, intelligent energy. And if we see this, this is the bridge that can make the old dichotomy useless. We can see the unity. And we can see then, in more intelligent energy generated living unity, in the most evolved living being, this energy, intelligent energy, is forming self-unitary system. Unitary system are all the living being. And we will see in the next lesson about that. And then let's see the basic structure of this new paradigm in more evolved living being, like human being, like animal, higher level animal. The system consciousness, the consciousness of the living being, can be divided in three parts. The neocortex, the neocortical mind, that is the rational mind, the emotional limbic system, that is governing the emotion dimension, and the old reptilian brain, the instinctual. But in each of those evolved systems, there is a self in the center. Self-awareness is the center of all living being. And then, in this new paradigm course, we will use the same structure. So we will teach you something about scientific understanding, rational knowledge, Gaia hypothesis, quantum physics, neuroscience. We will teach you something about ethical, emotional, intuitive understanding, like human rights and other theory system, and something about body, good practice, the direct experience of our physical body, psychophysical health, emotional exercise for emotional understanding and intelligence, ecology, sustainability. But in order to fully understand all the intellectual and theoretical information, at the end of any lesson, we will do a short direct experience. So we will try to experience not the new paradigm not only with our mind, but even with heart and body, on an emotional way and on a, let's say, instinctual way. This represents a very core of the new education, of the new paradigm. So not just with our head, but with the totality of our being. So let's start with physics, and let's see the new paradigm in quantum physics, and this word entanglement, coherence, non-locality, that have represent a real revolution in quantum physics. Albert Einstein, Nobel Prize for Physics. Matter is energy. There is not matter as something hard. Everything is made out of energy, particle. And energy particles are quantum field, and this quantum field is going in an infinite way. It's not limited like a physical unity. And Einstein says that there is a deep interconnection between everything. But let's go a little deeper on Albert Einstein's cosmic spirituality. The first thing we can experience is the mysterious, the fundamental emotion which stands at the cradle of true art and true science. The scientist is possessed by the sense of universal causation. Causation means that universe is not just by chance. There is a deep meaning, a deep understanding, a deep feeling of everything. And the scientist can perceive this subtle organization, order, and is working to understand that. His religious feeling takes the form of a rapturous amazement at the harmony of natural law, which reveal a superior intelligence, something like that transcends our small knowledge. And in my view, it is the most important function of art and science to awaken this feeling and to keep it alive in those people who are capable of it. This is exactly what we are trying to do in this course. Just to make some information, let them go inside your brain, in your heart, in your body, so you can awake a sense of the mysterious, of the beauty, of a deeper intelligence of the whole system. Eugene Wiener, Nobel Prize in Physics. Consciousness is the primary reality, and it's a very strong statement for a physicist. And let's see, Max Planck, another of the father of quantum theory, I regard matter as derivative from consciousness. It's like consciousness is creating something that we see. And he say, I regard matter as derivative from consciousness, from a cosmic intelligence. And it's really strong, it's really important, and we can really feel it. Heisenberg, Nobel Prize in Physics, consciousness changes matter. The act of observing creates an interaction from with the observed object and modify the function. The wave function can be modified just by the consciousness of the scientist that is doing the experiment. And this uncertainty principle of Heisenberg is telling us that the nature of reality in each part is a probabilistic nature, not a deterministic nature. That means that there is a space. Life is not square, is a flux of energy, is a flowing life. And we are, up to a certain point, free, because this probabilistic makes us free to decide. But one more thing is very important. What if consciousness is interacting and modify something outside? What happens when consciousness is going inside and our consciousness becomes a self-consciousness, observing ourselves? What is the deep modification that happens? We will see in the next lessons some answer for that. That is really important in psychosomatic paradigm. And Schrödinger say there is definitely a quantum entanglement. Everything, every single quantum particle are interconnected, is interconnected. And the quantum entanglement is a phenomenon where two systems are connected but to each other. And that means an instantaneous and non-local connection between quantum systems. This is something incredible. Many people say, I'm really connected with you. And this is not something that is happening just at the human level. It's happening even at the quantum level. Our reality is not just many pieces getting together by chance. It's something that is creating, is evolving, is moving. And this is an interconnection, means an exchange of information, an exchange of consciousness, intelligence, capacity to understand. So, David Bohm was an Einstein colleague. He wrote very important books of quantum mechanics and physics. And he said every particle is accompanied by a holistic field. That is a field of active information. Active means intelligent information. It's not just like a computer receiving or giving information without knowing, without perceiving the sense of the information. Atoms are getting in touch. They receive and they change. So there is, he said, there is a subtle mental quality in every quantum field. There is consciousness even at the quantum level. This picture represents Alfred North Whitehead, was a British philosopher. He wrote with the Nobel Prize Bertrand Russell, a famous book, The Principia Mathematica. This very interesting, famous scientist proposed that even a quantum particle have a proto-consciousness. That means a very primitive form of feeling, of perception, of memory, of intelligence. And just remember that we are made out of atoms. We are an electromagnetic field, a quantum energy field done by billion of trillion of very small quantum particles. So it's not far to understand that the tiny bricks that are building up our being are just intelligent parts, intelligent unity, sensitive unity. So, Giuliano Preparata, Emilio Del Giudice. They were very important Italian scientists. They wrote something about quantum field coherence. And then they discovered that the quantum coherence is the law that is getting information together, matter, atom, particle together, creating a unity. So it's the law of unity and co-evolution. And they were really friends of mine, and we spent many, many nights just arguing, searching, try to find a way to understand this incredible quantum field coherence. And just imagine coherence as when many molecules, like water or even complex molecule, coherence means they are playing together, they are dancing together. So when we dance together, our force is really getting higher. You know that even people cannot do march together on a bridge. They have to broken this step, otherwise the bridge can collapse, because if they are synchronized, they become just the movement of their legs become too powerful. And he discovered the coherence domain. These are some group system of molecules, and inside this system, like this one, the molecules get together, they share information, and they become there is more energy inside and information than outside. And this breaks the law of nega-entropy and is creating the first proto-cell. A protocell means is the beginning of cellular biological life. A protocell, there is more intelligence, more energy, more information inside than outside. So those molecules get together. They feel to be part of a unity. There is an exchange of meanings and information. Like in the laser, where each photons, this is an electromagnetic field, is done by photons. And each photon is one particle, but when they go on the same phase in each other, then they exchange their information. They create a unity. And this is the beginning of life, is the beginning of communication, is the beginning of putting information together to create something bigger. No man alone can create a monument or big building. Many men, one is projection, is doing a drawing, an idea, another one, the engineer is doing some other work, and then they create the stone and the pieces, and then thousands of people are creating one building. And this means a coherence of information. The easiest way is just to think about a concert. Many instruments. And sometimes in the beginning, before they start, everyone is doing something. And you see, ding, zom, and it's chaotic, there is no meaning. And then all of a sudden, the director is coming and say, okay, let's start. 1, 2, 3. And all the people get synchronized. And something absolutely much bigger and great happens. This is the law of coherence, is dancing together. Evolution is a dance that gets more complex and articulated. And these are the basic quantum law that are doing that. Giuliano Preparata, before dying, he wrote some very interesting statement. The field that is infinite is the oneness of the universe. The universe is just a big field, a big coherent field, is a oneness. Because the entanglement is a universal quantum field, and this is just absolutely beautiful. This is, he said, this is the realization, this is a matrix of the divine. It's like I can see in the beauty, in the wholeness, something that is much more intelligent and order and something so deep. And is exactly the same feeling of Einstein, of many other, of Bohm. Let's go at the end of this first lesson to a quantum experience of our body. And this will be very interesting and very simple in fact. Okay. So now have a seat, just relax and easily take your position in a good way so you can feel comfortable, and just close your eyes and feel your breath, your body breathing. Feel your breath, the air coming through your nose, in, out. And just for a moment, feel your whole body. The whole shape of your body, the whole feeling of your body. Breathing. And see this perception of breath like a pulsation. And feel the breathing of the air inside your head. Just relax your mouth, so just a little bit of air is coming inside. So from the nose, from the mouth, all the head, the throat, the chest is breathing. Just feel all the lungs, all the heart breathing, moving, even on your back. And now feel even your belly, all the place you are sitting. And just feel all together, one breath, the head, the throat, the chest, the belly is one breath. Now you can try to feel the whole body breathing. Just be in your breath. You are alive because you are breathing, because you are sensitive. And right now just realize that usually what we call it the body is normally something heavy, tired, with a lot of gravity, sometimes even painful. And usually we try to command the body with our mind. In this situation, just feel the body alive, breathing on its own. And just feel that your body doesn't have any matter inside. We are made out of atoms that are made out of particles of energy. So feel all the quantum field of your being. And in each moment, every part of your body is moving, is breathing, is active. Our ground is atomic energy, quantum energy. Just feel the wholeness of your energy body, quantum electromagnetic energy body, and just be. And all these particles of light, of energy, of intelligent energy are just breathing as one. 1,000 billion of atoms and particles are just synchronized as one pulsation. We call it life. Open your heart and just enjoy to be alive, to have a quantum atomic energy body. And just remember that an atomic bomb is just the energy, the release of the energy contained in few atoms. So we have a lot of energy inside. Our atoms, our particles, have 14 billion years of life, and they are yet not ready to die. They go forever, they don't die. Enjoy, be present, and then gently, consciously stretch your body and open your eyes. Molto bene, very well.